everybody, welcome back once again to another episode of You Haven't Seen That Podcast, or YHST for short. I'm Isaac.
I'm Ella.
And this is a show where we cover movies on that growing list of films that has people asking us the question,
You haven't seen that? I think it's a little early.
It's good. You know, it means that it's real. Thank you again. If you're just listening to this in the future and your first time here, you can view us live in your future, which is our past, however how that shit works, on our Instagram and TikTok at
YHS. No, wait. Hold on. I'm not here. FREHED Films.
Forehead Films. We let you know at least like a day in advance if we're going to be streaming or not. Typically, we've been doing them Sundays. This upcoming week, we're going to be doing a few double episodes. So we're going to be doing one possibly. I think we're going to pencil it in for Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. I just realized I'm talking to the live stream and not the people in the future. Whatever. Stay tuned.
Hi, people in the future.
Hi, people in the future. Stay tuned for all of our live streams. The next couple of weeks, we're going to have some multiple live streams going on. So we're keeping ourselves busy, watching a lot of movies. We're heavy into the movie season. And we filled our schedule up for this one. We saw 3 movies. We are covering which movies, darling?
Y2K, Kraven the Hunter, which is and Queer.
Mm-hmm. Originally, we were gonna try to go see Werewolves.
It didn't work out with our schedule.
That and it was like in limited release. So that was a bit of a bummer because I kind of wanted to make this episode more surrounding like bad movies, and the first 2 kind of sort of were that, and then Queer was not that, and I was like, well, it didn't fit in, but I'm still glad that we saw that movie. Anything business related that we need to talk about before we start getting into it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, then.
If anything, I'll say it in the end.
Okay, let's see.
How about we start with Y2K?
All right, let's start with Y2K. Great idea. From A24 Films, Y2K. We saw the trailer a little while ago, and it was by the way, it's a movie that
How about I just read what it is?
All right, kids. So we were born in the 1900s, you see.
If you're born anywhere before that, you wouldn't understand any of this movie.
Yeah. So what the Y2K was, and I'm going to do a terrible job explaining this, but evidently we thought the computers were going to have an issue with because we used to do their dates like 99, and that if we went to 2000, that the computers were going to reset everything back to 0 or whatever the hell it was.
Basically take over.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And nothing happened because it was just a little fun scare, or they fixed it. I don't know. But this movie serves as like a what if. But go ahead and read the synopsis.
Okay, so it's 2 high school nobodies that make a decision to crash the last major celebration before the new millennium on New Year's Eve, 1999. The night becomes even crazier than they could have ever dreamed when the clock strikes midnight. Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, man, I have a button for that.
No, I do it better. Because that one's just like, dun, dun, dun. I need the inflection with the emotion.
Hey, you were the one that gave me a clean version. Okay. A24 never fails. The one of the big things that I love that A24 does is in the realm right now, as far as like Hollywood is concerned, where, it's got to be some the actors are the ones that are really getting you to the movies, or it's like a sequel, a sidequel, a reboot, all these things. I love that A24 trusts creators to come up with new ideas.
Yeah.
As ridiculous as they may seem. So this one, I was excited to see because, I'm a millennial.
Definitely. Oh my God, yes.
And I had jack shit to expect from this movie, even just based off the trailer. It set up the tone of what it was going to be, which was just
cringe.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Like nonsensical cringe, nostalgia, horror.
The trailer made it seem very cringy in a way, but I think it was only because we've lived through those times, so we understand everything that's all the references and everything. The only difference was it was kind of fun.
Yeah, okay, so it's directed by Kyle Mooney. He's from SNL, and I think it's his first time directing. I think he did a decent enough job. I heard other people talking about it and be like, well, you could totally tell it was his first time. Did you watch Kraven? Because, man, I think Kyle Mooney did a good job with Y2K. So I got nothing to shit on for that. I think like the pacing was like decent enough.
Perfect, yeah.
It's a fun. I had way more fun in this movie than I expected to have. Now, it's in 1999, 2000s, right? So you're going to have all of these references, and it leaned really heavy on it to the point where you're like, okay, I get it, but yet some of the things that they were pointing out, I completely forgot about. And so as it's popping up, I'm like, I do remember that. I do remember this. And I chuckled and I laughed and I was like, oh yeah, we used to live in the era of dial-up. And, the whole movie started off with the dial-up.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was like, it was kind of just like making the 2000s, like that time, into like a horror movie, but like a funny horror movie kind of thing. And it worked because there's some references where I'm like, I totally forgot that was a noise for AIM. Like, or I totally forgot that people made like a mix CD and then they went on their bikes to go to their friends' houses. And there was like, no, like, I'm going to text to see if you're there or whatever. It was just like, you usually show up within the times that you can go to and then just hang out.
Dude, what was funny too is once you kind of like have the characters interacting with like their fellow high school mates, man, I really forgot the like the cliques and everything. It was like there was like the rock kids, the hip hop kids, the skaters, the stoners, the ska,
the ravers. Oh my god, the ravers, because like I don't know if like it's because they were all dressed in a certain way where it's like that's that group and that's that group and that's that group.
And how everyone like saw the popular kids and stuff. So as far as casting, I didn't know Rachel, even from because we saw the trailer like once or twice. I didn't know Rachel Zegler was in this. I think she was fine. Everyone did fine. Everyone was cool. Jaden Martell, who you're familiar from It, and Julian Dennison. He was in one of the Deadpool 2, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Australian kid. Everyone's performances were solid, and it made it that much more funnier. And no spoilers, of course, but what was really weird though was you had like heavy comedic people, like very comedic people, very, very funny people, and they went away relatively quickly. And so people that you're like, oh man, they were really holding that comedic weight kind of slowly went away as the movie went along. I'll just leave it at that. But Kyle Mooney does have a role in this, which is like, God,
awesome.
this white guy stoner dude with the dreadlocks and stuff, and other than the dreadlocks, like we all kind of knew somebody like that. He was the funniest. He was the funniest in this movie, and every time he was on screen, he stole the light, and I loved it. There's a cameo, and I heard people say that the cameo was shown in the trailers, but in case you're not familiar, I won't say who pops up. But
you did hear a song at the beginning of this live. I will give you a hint there.
But funny enough, like he is shrouded in darkness when he first is revealed, and I'm like, is that? And I'm not a fan. Nothing against him. I'm not a fan of this particular person, musical artist, loosely artist. And I was like, is that guy? And then he pops up. I'm like, holy shit, that's that guy. I thought he was just gonna have like a simple couple-minute cameo,
and then bam, killed off. No,
he's in the rest of the movie. From like from the third act on, so hilarious.
Yeah, like end of second, third, yeah.
I don't think he was too bad.
No.
Some people didn't like him, but fuck it. It was.
He gave that. He kind of made up for the comedic person that was kind of in a weird way. Yeah.
God, there was. Oh God, I want. There's so many fun bits in this movie. Okay, it's nonsense. It's a nonsensical movie. Like.
The many times a song was playing and I'm over here dancing in my seat and you kind of looked at me like, what?
No. You have to suspend your disbelief bigly on this movie because you've seen in the trailer where like basically all these like electronic appliances converge and make themselves into a robot, and you stop and think, wait, how the hell did the blender connect itself? Doesn't matter. Just unplug your brain. Kick back, have fun. If you're a millennial, you'll have fun with the nostalgia. Just freaking leave it at that. Don't try to pick it up. But wait, well, how did the?
No, it's just a fun movie. Yeah. It's a one that you go have fun, not try to pick at it, not try to get anything out of it other than like a couple laughs.
That's it.
Yeah,
a little walk down memory lane.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, fun movie. I think, especially right now, check it out. So not as terrible as everyone else is saying it to be. If I'm familiar with everybody in this our particular audience,
we're good, yeah.
I think I like it. So check that movie out. Next on the list,
Okay, can I say the name? Because
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter. It was okay. That was my thing.
It was just okay.
It was okay. That's it.
This is the sixth Sony Spider-Man villain spinoff that they've done, and I'm surprised that they've come this far, that they've done this many. And I my personal opinion is I think some of that's accredited to the success, quote unquote, of Venom, the first Venom. I thought Tom Hardy is amazing, but that movie made a lot of money, and I think Sony was like, "Oh, we can do more of these," and then they did.
No, it never continued.
In like the list of some of those Sony movies, like it's not as bad as Madam Web. Madam Web is way down there, and then it's Kraven at a close, runner up. And then what were the other ones? What were the other Sony ones? Oh, Morbius was fine. Somebody was saying that they liked Kraven more than Morbius. This Kraven.
Who are you and what's wrong with you?
This movie was whack as hell. I knew that it was going to be bad. Of course, I knew it was going to be bad. I expected nothing. They were just pumping out just really crappy. But I kind of I wanted to see. I knew that it was going to be a train wreck, and I wanted to see how much of a train wreck it was going to be. And it wasn't. I'm all over the place. I'm sorry because this movie pissed me off. Madam Web was so bad that it was funny bad. And I think in one of my reviews I said, get a couple of friends together, have some drinks, and laugh at this movie. Kraven wasn't even at least that. But yeah, Madam Web was somehow like pretty bad. I don't think there was any redeeming qualities to this movie. Not even a shirtless Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No. Okay. No, because I will say that his, even when he was shirtless on screen, there was something very unrealistic about it. I'm like, who is that? Like a fifth row of abs that nobody needed? Like, just like this movie, nobody asked for this movie, but like, I didn't ask for you to be shirtless on screen, and nor did I appreciate you being shirtless on screen. And here's the thing, he's a very good looking guy, but this movie kind of like gave the ick a bit.
Oh, it's cringy.
So now, okay, so now that he has like a little bit of an ick in my mind, now I'm hoping Nosferatu is not ruined because he's also in there. Mm-hmm. But I doubt it because I doubt he's going to be showing abs.
And in 28 years later, he has a role in that.
Yeah, but that's okay. We'll get there when we get there.
As far as the cast is concerned, you have Aaron Taylor Johnson, Russell Crowe, Ariana DeBose, I'm probably pronouncing them incorrectly, and Fred Heckinger. Now, you may be familiar with like Russell Crowe, of course, and I'm not familiar with Ariana. Mm-mm. But Fred Heckinger was in Gladiator, and I wasn't I'm not impressed by him yet, and I wasn't impressed by him in this role. He plays Kraven's brother, and Russell Crowe Dimitri, and Russell Crowe plays Kraven's dad,
Nikolai.
So I'm fine with Russell Crowe. He had fun doing a Russian accent. Wasn't as bad as his Zeus. Some of you might have liked his Zeus and Thor, whatever. If you're not familiar with Kraven, Kraven's supposed to be like this dude who's in his like 40s and 50s. He's this majorly egotistical, arrogant guy who thinks he's the best. He's definitely not like a nature conservationist. Excuse me, I even wrote it down. He's supposed to be grizzled and shit like that. He's not supposed to be this like young, sharp, good-looking, charming guy who's like winking at the camera and stuff like that. Like he's supposed to be a hunter not just of people, but of the animals. And this one, he's just like, protect the animals. And he doesn't have an accent, which throws me off. Like Russell Crowe's character as a dad, if you had cast him years ago in his prime and thrown a big old furry thing around him, like that is what the character was supposed to be.
Okay, I can see that more than this. This gave me like very like, I just turned 20, I have nowhere else to do and nothing else to do in my life. So now I'm going to like do this as a living.
Now, as far as all of the aforementioned actors, they did as good as they could with this script. Because when the dialogue started happening, the talking parts was garbage. What the fuck, man? Like it was I have no words. I want to be intellectual about it, but I'm also like just extremely hating on how bad the dialogue was.
There's no words.
That, and there's just some things where it felt like Sony was like, yeah, this is how movies are made, right? Like as if AI constructed it and whatever. And it was just terrible, all around terrible. I couldn't wait for that stupid dialogue and whatever exposition that they needed to throw in there to stop. And like people's origins, like Calypso, if you're not familiar, it's like Kraven's sidekick or whatever. Her origin story was really clunky, as well as like this 30 to 45 minute overall flashback with the younger versions of our characters were terrible actors. Some of them were like teenagers, and they were just absolutely terrible. Sorry, kids. I wonder if that's more like just the script being bad or just their performances being terrible. It was bad. It was really bad. But that flashback thing like lasted way too long. And why the fuck was like half the movie obviously shot on green screen? I know we're in this era of action movies where like, well, duh, most things are shot on green screen, but it was bad lighting, bad like rotoscoping. It looked obviously like they were on green screen. It was so terrible. I don't even know what the budget of this movie was. I don't even care, but it's, you would think that with like all of these people on board, you would just make it not look so crappy. What the fuck?
They totally dropped the ball on introducing the characters, like how they introduced characters. There was, I think even when we left the theater, we were like, they could have done this in a way. They could have like focused on this a little bit. And I'm just like, I don't even know this character. Like this character to me, I'm just like, cool. I'm just here to see Aaron Taylor Johnson. But now I'm left more disappointed than like.
Speaking of leaving the theaters, there was like one or two chuckles in the theater as far as like people just realizing how fucking shitty this movie was.
Yeah.
And when when the movie was done and everybody walked out, it's like we're coming from a funeral. We were just like solemn faces, like what the fuck did we experience? It wasn't even like bad fun. Like The Room, like Tommy Wiseau's The Room. It was just bad.
Yeah. And then I think the following day when we went to go see the other movie that we're gonna review, I was waiting for you outside the bathroom, and I overheard two people walking by, and then they're like, why are they still making? Why is Sony still making movies? Like, I don't get it. And exactly, I don't get it.
I hear tell that they're just done. They stopped with the Spider-Man spin-off things, because how are you going to have a movie based off like off of a Spider-Man character, a villain, and not have Spider-Man in it? Because right now Disney is borrowing it from Sony or whatever the whole thing is.
But are they done? Because it's like they're still making movies.
I don't know, and I just hope that they stop. God, there's just like. Yeah, if it's streaming, just have it in the background and you can see how bad it is. There's a component of the character where he's, he's sort of like the Baba Yaga, like in John Wick, right? The bad guy that the bad guys are afraid of kind of thing. Through half of this movie, he's just kind of like walking around going, how you doing? I'm a hunter. I hunt. It's what I do. Did I mention I'm a hunter? Hey, how you doing? Ooh. Constantly. Whatever.
Yeah, so their budget was 110 to 130 million. They only grossed 26 million.
Yeah. As far as like the quality of the movie, the only good part, the decent part of it was like the first 8 minutes, which that was the first 8 minutes that they showed to the Comic-Con crowd at Hall H, I don't know. And then it's the first 8 minutes that they showed a week prior to the movie coming out on the Sony's social media page and whatever. And I was like, you know what? Let me watch the first 8 minutes. I just want to see what I'm getting into. And I remember watching and going like, meh, not impressed. And after seeing the entirety of the movie, I was like, oh, those were the only good minutes of the movie.
It did that thing where, was it Spider-Man, the one with the...
Oh, Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Where it's like, let me show you everything because we know this is going to suck right now. So let's do this and this and show you basically half the movie, all these clips and previews and stuff. And then no,
it's just bad. Bad. That's my review. Bad. So when you see the video review, it's going to be, hi, I saw Kraven. It was bad. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Bad. That's all I have to say about that. Next movie, please. Let's talk about a good movie.
Okay.
Take our time with this one a little.
This movie, I didn't know. I know it was a book, but I don't know anything about it. But this movie is queer. It is based in 1950s Mexico City. An American immigrant in his late 40s leads to a solitary life amidst a small American community. However, the arrival of a young student stirs the man into finally establishing a meaningful connection with someone.
So this is adapted from the book by the same name, written by the author William S. Burroughs, and a little research into it afterwards was he was going through a hard time. William S. Burroughs was not queer, but his wife shot herself, I think, and he was just going through this addictive, sad part of his life. So when you kind of know that and going into this and seeing the lead character played by Daniel Craig, it's that much more heartbreaking. Just a warning, it's a fucking tragedy. It's meant to be, this character is meant to be tragic, like, near Shakespearean type of tragedy where you're rooting for him, but he's just in this down spiral of his life. Kind of spoiler alert, there's no happy ending, but it's a beautifully told movie, and it is a movie told how movies were supposed to be made, how movies were supposed to be made. It was artistic. Like, it's been a while, and I think so we've been watching these like mainstream fucking movies where I forgot, like, oh, you can have symbolism, and every shot was so thoroughly thought out, as well as like the color palette. And Daniel Craig was amazing in this movie. There wasn't a lot of dialogue. Anytime there's dialogue, it's like Daniel Craig's character just being like egotistical or eccentric. Excuse me.
He's just trying to fit in a way,
right? And so he's kind of saying a whole lot of nothing, which means that a lot of the storytelling is mainly in the visuals, and it was beautiful. Now, I didn't know what story they're going to be telling, so I'm trying to figure the movie out as it's going along. It doesn't outright say what's going on, so you really have to pay attention and piece things together. And then after like the second act into the third act, it kind of evolves into this highly abstract, symbolic thing, damn near like David Lynch type of movie making, to the point where you go, what was I, what? But not in a bad way. It was, I even told Alva, I go, I think I'm too stupid to understand what was going on.
And I in a way was the same, because I usually do understand the movies right away and but how this movie was just poetically done, it left me a little baffled. It does take a little bit for you to finally understand everything, but of course, we had to do our own research on this movie, and someone explained it very well. And I feel like how I can put that into words is kind of like star-crossed lovers in a way.
Yeah, it's so yes, it's surrounding characters that are gay, but that's like it's a component of it. But those who have ever been in a relationship or have been lonely, or have dealt with addiction issues, or are dealing with addiction issues, you can take a lot from this. Not in a way that you're going to learn anything, other than learning about yourself, and this movie kind of holding up a mirror to maybe certain parts of your life or past. For instance, Daniel Craig's character Lee, like I said, he's lonely. At first, it seems like he wants connection, he wants love, and he's just this like hurt boy in this man's body.
Yeah, kind of like eternally lonely.
Eternally lonely. And there's a bit in the end of the movie that sort of reveals like he's in this cycle forever. What was the symbolism with like the snake eating its tail, the Ouroboros? Yeah.
And I think the only times where he wasn't lonely was when he was with certain people, like
Jason Schwartzman.
Yeah. Like
which, by the way, every line Schwartzman read in that movie.
Oh, amazing.
Perfect. Hilarious. Yeah. Almost unrecognizable.
Yeah. No, but it's that he only feels comfortable with certain people, and that's great, because he's trusting those people, or has been with those people for so long, that it's okay for him to kind of just feel welcomed and like acknowledged in a way.
So his relationship with the second lead, Drew Starkey, who plays Eugene Allerton, is this mysterious, like perfect male specimen that he is in lust with. At certain points, he wants ownership of this person, as when we're all young, especially when we're males, like we want ownership of this person. It doesn't necessarily have to do with love, but a lot with lust. And as the movie progresses, he realizes that he wants access, not even ownership. He just wants access to this mysterious person who is very comfortable being themselves, has their sense of individuality. And, the character goes through this journey of trying to find something to speak without saying anything. And I could very much relate to that, where I think in a relationship, a lot of the communication, and anyone who's married too, or in long-term relationships that they can relate, is a successful relationship lies not in what we're actually saying, but it's those little things, the unison of two people, vibing, basically.
Chronology of two people.
There you go.
Me and my big words.
She gets one per episode. So it was very profound. That's like my overall description of this movie is that it is very profound and it's beautiful. And I missed movies like this that were so artistic and made you think. Any kind of piece of art is meant to make you think.
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to make you think and make you feel.
Since we saw it, it's been occupying my brain. Like, it's also a movie that you can go back multiple times and take something new from it and learn something new from it and notice something that you didn't see the first view around.
Well, yeah, I feel like if I would go to see this movie again, I would totally understand that message even better because as I was sitting there, I was kind of like, I'm frustrated that I have not gotten to like understand this movie. And it kind of made me mad because I was like, am I this dumb that I can't piece this movie together as I'm watching it?
Yeah.
And I'm just
I mean, not that, yeah, we're dumb.
Yeah, no. It's okay. You can't say big words sometimes. It's fine. No, but it just got me frustrated that this movie that I'm watching is so beautifully done that it basically like left me blank. Like, I'm like, wait, what's going on? It's been a while since a movie's done that for me.
Yeah, I definitely felt challenged. I felt pleasantly challenged that I needed to step my game up, you know? And whether it's the type of movies that I've been seeing that aren't challenging me, but this was very refreshing.
And it was an A24 movie.
Oh, it was, huh?
Yes.
So we saw two A24 movies.
Yeah. So you can
Really
see the
run the gamut.
contrast of how they can do a comedy to something like this, where it's like a drama and a romance, and it's great.
By the way, if you do go see this movie, because I don't want to spoil anything for you, go in with it with a very open mind and let the movie, just don't try to predict anything. Let the movie happen and try to absorb a lot of those details, because I'm always trying to figure out what the movie's trying to do. And in its 3 acts, it does shift tones and ways of storytelling. So that kind of threw me for a loop here and there, especially in that 3rd act. It was very, very abstract. So if you do enjoy the movie on the first go around and you're really racking your brain, I would say see it a second time. I do want to, when it streams, I know we don't have time to go see it in the theaters, but like when it streams, I do want to revisit it again.
Okay. We can do that.
Beautiful, beautiful movie. Well done. Who was the director on this?
Luca
Guadagnino?
Yeah. But
Guadagnino. I don't have the G silent. Sorry, I'm so sorry I butchered that name.
Guadagnino.
Okay.
Also, I will say it's a very strong rated R movie.
Yeah. So a lot of nudity.
Yeah. So maybe not see it with children, or if you're not. Definitely don't see it if don't take your kids unless you're comfortable with them seeing.
No, Jesus, no! Don't take your kids. There's no pussyfooting around that.
18 or plus.
Don't take your kids. Strong nudity. It's heavily male oriented. So you get what I'm saying. If you want to see an artistic movie, you're done with all these stupid cookie cutter bullshit movies, and something refreshing. Watch Queer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are our movies.
Now it's my turn to get hit with the Rotten Tomatoes score, because there's one of the movies that I kind of know the score. I don't know the other ones, so it's going to be fun. This is a segment of the show where we figure out what I got to get like a better script going on, but whatever.
Rotten Tomatoes, let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the score 0 to 100, 60 being fresh. Let's fucking go.
La la. Y2K, what do you give it?
Y2K, I personally give that movie a 70%. I'm not going to cheat. I think that the audience loved it. I think the audience gave it an 80%, and I think that critics probably gave it like a 65.
Okay, you're totally wrong. Y2K was given a 45 by critics and a 51 by the audience.
Wow. I wonder many of that audience were actual millennials.
I wonder how many of those didn't understand the references to it.
Or they didn't just let the movie be what the movie was, which is just very silly. Yes. That sucks. No, you know what? No, fuck that shit. That's it deserves what the rating I fucking gave it. That's what it's going down in history. God damn it! Because I was checking out like other people talking about it, and everybody was very much not liking it.
Yeah. Okay, next movie.
Yeah,
Kraven the Hunter.
Oh, I give Kraven the Hunter I give Kraven the Hunter a 10%.
Okay.
That's the lowest rating I've ever
Okay.
given. What did I? Oh, we didn't have the podcast going and started doing the intermissions when Madam Web came out. Otherwise, I would give that one a 5%.
Okay.
I think critics gave it. I think critics gave it a 15%, and I think that the audience gave it a 30%.
Okay. So you are with the critics, 15%.
Okay.
Audience gave it a 73. So now I'm wondering the intelligence of people out there. One, because Y2K was really good. I don't understand this. Then again, I don't.
The audience gave it what?
A 73. So yeah.
Dear God, people, what the flying shit fuck?
But I want to see one. Just want to see this.
That's so fucking bad.
Yeah. Okay. So it's same around the same with critics for Madam Web, which is 11. And I don't understand this. Madam Web got 55 from audience, but you guys give 73 for the other one. You guys are ridiculous.
No, because Madam Web was like just that. It was bad, bad all around, and there was like no act. There's hardly any action, and then the camera moving thing. But Kraven, the action scenes were like they were okay, not as bad as Madam Web. So I can see where the audience was rated that one a little higher than Madam Web, but 70s. Like this movie should not be rated fresh by fucking anybody. Even just based off like the audience that we saw it with, where they're like, "What the fuck, man?"
Okay, last movie, Queer.
Queer. I give Queer. I give it an 85.
Okay.
And I think critics gave it around the same, 85. And I think that the audience, because now we've discovered the stupidity, intelligence level or lack thereof of the audience, I say the audience gave it like a 65.
Okay. Critics gave it a 76. Audience gave it a 59.
There you go.
But I feel like also it's like they didn't understand it, or they might have thought like this is crossing a line with showing certain things. And it's like, no, it's the most realistic thing that there is.
Yeah. I wonder too, because like it's Daniel Craig that is in a lot of like the certain sex scenes. I wonder if there's any guys going like, queer, but James Bond's in this. Let's go see it. Hey, what the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. I feel like it was a lot. It might have been a lot of that. But it's kind of in the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was it. And I think the last one should be.
So our takeaway from this is Y2K, go see it. It's very fun, especially if you're a millennial. Kraven, fucking avoid it completely. You can't even laugh at it.
Stream it if you want to.
Yeah. And Queer, if you're open-minded and you want to watch an artistic movie, please check that movie out. And that wraps up our Rotten Tomato score game. Are you going to be hitting me with some trivia? We got time.
Sure. Why not? We still have to do the nominations for the 2020.
Oh, that's right. Nominations. Yeah. Okay. Nominations first and then trivia.
Okay.
Go for it.
So Golden Globes is coming up, and they've released their nominations for this coming up season. There is Best Motion Picture Drama. We have A Complete Unknown, which is the
biopic for Bob Dylan?
Yeah.
Starring Timothée Chalamet?
It's one of the movies that we have planned to see, so we haven't seen it. Conclave, which we've seen, which I was very surprised. I was like, you got a nomination?
This is for Best Picture?
Yeah, Best Picture.
Okay.
Dune Part 2.
Oh.
Nickel Boys.
Damn it, I haven't seen it.
September 5th. That one's the one where...
We're trying to go see.
It's the Olympics in, was it Germany or something? And it was a televised event. Yeah, Munich. Yeah. There you go. And the Brutalist, which is...
we just saw the trailer.
And it looked really good.
Yeah.
Really good. So we'll definitely be checking out 3 out of those 6 nominations. Probably not in theaters.
Yeah, and at the end of this year, we're gonna have our we're gonna be covering one movie and then wrapping up the year.
Yeah.
And in January, we're gonna be covering the Golden Globes because that's when they come out. And then anybody that wins, then if it's a movie that's been on that we haven't seen, we're gonna visit those.
And we'll give you the breakdown. But yeah, definitely. I think 2 out of the 3 that we haven't seen on this come out at the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll see that. And then Best Motion Picture for Musical or Comedy. A Real Pain, and that's the one with...
Jesse Eisenberg and Kieran Culkin.
Correct. Honora, which I hear is good. Challengers.
Same director, by the way, as Queer, I think.
Yes, and it's also a book. Emilia Perez. which also,
Zoe Saldana?
yeah, and Selena Gomez. And I hear that one's amazing. The Substance.
Oh,
So it's up there.
Love that. Dude, that's the first time I've seen a horror film get nominated for
Well,
Best
it's
Motion
technically
Picture.
like a comedy. It's based it's under a comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Or a musical,
Okay.
yeah. And Wicked. So
I never thought that Wicked would go up against The Substance.
so I feel like
Wicked's gonna fucking win it.
well, we don't know because
I know.
okay. So out of those 6, we've only seen 2.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see Challengers when it came out, but we got busy.
Yeah.
Emilia Perez, I don't know if that's a streaming or if it's going to be coming out at the end of the year, towards the end, or this week or something. But A Real Pain already came out and Anora already came out.
Okay.
And I've been hearing good things about both those movies. Best Motion Picture Animated. We have Flow, Inside Out 2.
Oh,
We saw that. It's great.
movie.
Memoir of a Snail. Haven't seen that?
Yeah, know nothing about Flow, know nothing about Memoir.
Moana 2.
Okay. What the fuck?
And then The Wild Robot.
The Wild Robot. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and then Wallace and
Wallace and Gromit.
Vengeance Most Foul.
The Wild Robot. Dear Lordy is such a beautiful movie. We covered it on this show. I have a review out. Please go see that movie.
Now, here's my thoughts on these nominations. I feel like Flow, Memoir of a Snail, and The Wild Robot are going to be the top 3.
Okay.
Just because I've seen a trailer of Flow and I've seen a trailer of Memoir of a Snail, and they look good, but we've seen Wild Robot, and that one's really good. So I don't know which ones of these are going to win, but if it's Moana 2, I'm going to revolt.
I'm going to be really pissed if Moana 2 wins it. Again, there just was no substance to that movie. Moana 1 set the bar. Ugh.
Okay, and then these are the best motion pictures for non-English language. We have We All Imagine as Light, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, The Girl with the Needle, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Vermiglio? Okay.
Italy. Vermiglio, you got to say it like that.
So I'm excited for Emilia Perez. I heard stuff about A Girl with a Needle, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I will check those out.
Best performances by female actor in a motion picture,
Okay, Angelina Jolie, Maria.
which we're just
We
going to
will
watch
be
soon.
giving you that review later on.
You said that's streaming on Netflix?
Yes. So it was limited release and went to Netflix. And then we have Fernanda Torres and I'm Still Here, Kate Winslet and Lee, which I
know.
really am disappointed that we didn't see that movie.
Yeah. Yep. My bad. I forgot what we were going to go see instead.
A movie that we didn't.
Did we? Was it Transformers that we saw instead?
Yeah.
Hey, I liked Transformers 1. That was cool.
Nicole Kidman and Baby Girl, which we're going to see at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson, The Last Showgirl.
Been
That
wanting to
is
see
one that I want to see because I've seen bits and pieces of it. Amazing. Tilda Swinton in The Room Next Door.
Okay.
And she's good.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Best performance by a male actor in motion picture drama.
You got Adrian Brody in The Brutalist.
Okay.
Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing. Daniel Craig in Queer.
Ray Fiennes.
In Conclave. Still don't know why. Sebastian Stan in The
Apprentice.
Apprentice.
This is the Donald Trump one.
Yes, which I want to see.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet in...
The Complete Unknown.
Yes.
Is the text too small for you to read?
It is. It is too small.
Best performance by female actor in a motion picture.
Or
musical or comedy.
Amy Adams in Night Bitch, which I hear is really good. Cynthia Erivo in Wicked. Demi Moore, The Substance. Carla Sofia Gascon in Emilia Perez. Mickey Madison in Anora. And Zendaya in Challengers.
Okay.
So that's a really good lineup right there. I don't know about Mickey Madison, but
I'm excited to watch
see.
these movies because, any reason to see movies that we missed.
And then we got Best Performance by Male Actor in a Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy. Got Gabriel LaBelle in Saturday Night.
Oh, nice.
Glenn Powell in Hitman. I've heard that that's a good one. I think that one's on Netflix, maybe. Hugh Grant in Heretic.
Ooh.
Jesse Eisenberg of Real Pain.
Jesse Plemons.
In Kind of Kindness.
Okay. Been wanting to see
and
that
Sebastian Stan in A Different Man. I've been dying to see that movie.
Yeah. Is that an A24?
I think it is.
It's a weird concept, but I loved it. Next.
Best performance by a female actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. Ariana Grande in Wicked.
Love it.
Felicity Jones in The Brutalist. Isabel Rossellini in Conclave.
Nicely done.
Margaret Qualley in Substance. Selena Gomez and Emilia Perez, and Zoe Saldana and Emilia Perez.
Lovely. Best performance by an actor in supporting role in any motion picture.
Thank you. Denzel Washington in Gladiator 2. Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown.
Oh, okay.
Which now I'm excited to be like, okay, let me see how that movie is. Guy Pearce in The Brutalist.
Oh, man. When's the last time I seen a Guy Pearce movie? Fuck.
Well, I'm guessing we're going to see one too. Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain. And Yura Borisov in Anora. All right. Best Director in Motion Picture. You got Brady...
Skip it. We're not familiar with these directors.
Corber and Brutalist and whatever. Okay, we're gonna skip this one because you said so. You want to do screenplay?
No, it's fine. Score's fine. Original song's fine.
Cinematic and box office achievements.
Oh, cool. Okay, this is fun. Okay, cinematic and box office achievements.
You got Alien Romulus, Beetlejuice,
Deadpool Wolverine,
Gladiator 2,
Inside Out 2,
The Wild Robot,
Twisters,
Wicked.
That's a great lineup. Gosh.
And we're stopping there because other ones are TV shows.
Yeah, just off of that list alone, if you hadn't seen any of those, we've seen all of them. Go back.
For this one?
Yeah, we've seen Alien Romulus.
Yeah, we've seen all of them.
All of them. Yeah,
we've seen all of the box office achievement ones.
Yeah, I strongly suggest all those movies except for Gladiator 2. It's okay.
No, I still think you can see it. Yeah.
Fine.
That was it.
So I'm usually not interested in like award shows and stuff, so we'll sit in, we'll see how that goes, and help us build a new list of movies to go check out.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these I've been hearing really good things about.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Of course, they earned their place, except for Moana 2. Sorry.
The animation part, I was like, I need to see those.
Yeah,
I feel like
know.
It's good animation.
That's the tough part about doing this. It's like I want to try to be in the know, but it's very energy and time consuming. But it's cool. I mean, like our list will never peter out, so that's fucking fun.
You want to do trivia?
All right, let's bring the fun back to it. Y2K trivia. Finally, she is going to quiz me because I feel like I put her in the hot seat so many fucking times, and she's telling me how much she hates it.
Okay, I hate it, but I'll still do it.
All right.
Question number 1. This is a very easy, very simple. Get you in there. 2008 musical Mamma Mia features songs from which famous band?
ABBA.
Ding, ding, ding. 2. In what American city was 2005 drama Get Rich or Die Trying set? I'm going to give you some choices here. A, Chicago. B, New York. C, Detroit. Or D, Los Angeles.
Detroit? Damn it. What was it?
It was New York.
Whoops.
In 2004 horror film Saw, how many saws does a killer leave in the room?
1.
No.
What?
2.
Oh, shit. Huh.
I gave you the answer in the thing. How many saws
man, don't
does a
scream
saw
into
leave?
the mic.
4. Ashton Kutcher plays Evan in which 2004 drama? A, iRobot.
The Butterfly Effect.
Okay.
God, that movie deserved more praise. It's a trippy
shoot.
movie. Time travel.
5. Amy Adams and Meryl Streep star in which 2009 romantic comedy? A, The Proposal. B, 17 Again. C, Couples Retreat. Or D, Julia and Julia.
Julia and Julia? Ah.
2009 film Invictus is based on which historical pacifist? A, Nelson Mandela. B, Martin Luther King Jr.
Is it Mandela, no?
Yep. Too sound.
I'm so scared.
In 2007 thriller Reservation Road, Josh is taken from the family from what place? A, a restaurant. B, a gas station. C, his high school. Or D, the ice cream parlor.
I couldn't tell you because I've never heard of that movie.
Gas station. You could have guessed. All right. Jonah Hill and Who featured in 2006 film Accepted? A, Bill Burr. B, Justin Long.
Justin Long. Remember some of that. Is it the one where he goes, ask me about my wiener?
Could
You
be.
would know.
I don't know. I don't remember.
They start their own school or something like that.
Okay. Here's one that you should know.
Okay, hit me.
Bagus, Bunce, and Who.
Bagus, Bunce, and Beans.
Yep.
I was re-listening to that because my stupidity couldn't remember their names. Bacchus, Bunsen, Beans.
Okay.
That episode is out where we covered Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Last question. In a gritty 2009 film, Gran Torino, lead character Walt was a veteran of which war? A. Vietnam War. B. Korean War. C. American Civil War. D. World War II.
Oh, shit. Korean War?
Did you look at my screen?
No, I didn't. Thank goodness.
You did better.
God, 2009. My gosh, that was so long ago. And that's another edition of YHST Trivia. Hey, there you go. I hope you guys learned something as far as like the movies that you should go see. And the nominees are coming up and just overall trivia. Anyways, we're going to wrap this shit up. They got weird now. All right, let's close that out and let's wrap it up. Thank you again for everybody listening and joining us. Again, if you want to support us, please do so on our Venmo at YHSC Pod. And you can watch us streaming and I'll check out all of smaller package video reviews and stuff like that on our social media at
FOREHED Films on
Forehead Films.
Instagram and TikTok.
There you go.
Soon not to be TikTok if they take this thing out.
Whatever.
No.
What else? Yeah, no, thank you. And then, check those movies out that we talked about. Please enjoy them. Tell us what you thought about them in comments and DMs. But in the meantime, please let us know what movies are on your growing list of films, what movies you're excited to go see in the upcoming future that has people asking you the question, you haven't seen that? Adios, folks.
Okay, bye.